Yo, it's Kojey Radical, and you're listening to the ACS Show. Make sure you stay locked in. Bow!
So congrats on becoming a father, Kojey. He's laughing about becoming a father.
I know.
I was laughing at the song. Thank you.
How's that been?
Yeah, it's been interesting, different. I think fatherhood is one of those things that forces you to reflect on yourself and try and get better. And I think it came at a time in my life that I would personally say saved it. Not to say that like man was on a path of destruction. I was on a promenade of chaos.
Yeah, you get caught up as well.
You get caught up, and it's very easy in our industry to forget the checkpoints. And I think that would have been a checkpoint I skipped if life didn't present it to me in a way that felt necessary and felt right for me. So definitely happy.
And I think when it's all about responsibility. When you have a child, you have that new responsibility. You're not only looking after yourself or looking out for yourself, you have another person to look out for and think about and like future endeavours and stuff.
Yeah, I think it definitely affected a lot of my decision making. Like, I don't know, especially in a pandemic. If it was just me and like I didn't have to worry about being a father and the pandemic hit, I would have been on the beaches in Dubai as well. I can't lie. I would have been on the camelback and everything.
Oh man!
But
how much you missing live music, man? Pandemic, so it's like
a lot. A lot. I think I got cut off mid tour.
Wow. Okay.
So
whereabouts was you when you got cut off?
I was on my way back to the UK to start a European leg. So we just finished the North American tour, and I think we was about to do Germany. Then Germany got locked off, and France got locked off, etc., etc. UK got locked off, festivals got locked off, and like it was just off the back of the Kashmir Tears project. So I had a sizable run. Do you know what I mean? I had a chunk of, you get me, waiting for man at the end of the rainbow, but God had other plans. So,
bro, you've got so much energy on stage. With the shows being cancelled, what do you do to release that energy in the pandemic? What are you doing? It's obviously building an album.
Yeah, I think I had several stages of a meltdown.
We all did. I feel like everyone did.
I think everyone was in that.
Yeah, I had several stages of a meltdown, but I think I did the the noughties era. I'm gonna let people watch it, so I just went on live every day.
I think I saw one of them.
Yeah, just slowly disintegrating into a pit of like I am a mad genius because I just
Kanye level.
Yeah, 100%. Because I just learned to, when you just learn to do something and you do something good. It's better than everyone else anyone has ever done.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Immediately, like if I'm an 8-year-old, or like one day, my son's gonna come to me and he's gonna have a drawing, and it's the best drawing in the world. No one can't tell me nothing. It's better than everyone's because he's just learned to draw and he's just done something sick. That was me in lockdown. I just learned to record myself. So everything I was spitting.
I saw that. I saw that actually.
That was wild.
So what was the setup like? Just keys?
Nah, I can't. Well, do you know, at first I was going to try and learn the keys because I got sucked into that trap of like, oh, we're locked down. We've got to pick up a new skill. Didn't learn nothing. And I bought a piano, everything, it was going to be great. And I'm about like 2 or 3 weeks into learning the piano and I was like, just get a mic and just start recording yourself. Nah, this is getting long. So I got my mic set up and all that stuff. And then, again, I was missing that studio vibe. Do you know what I mean? Sitting down and kind of having that interaction and being able to back and forth rather than like, here's a song, I'm going to write it. So I went on live and it almost became a bit of a community. Do you know what I mean? I think it was titled Them Hours because it was all about them extra hours that you put into your craft that I guess achieves what is close to perfection because nothing really is.
Perfect.
But that interactiveness, I'd like just say to them, yo, send me a beat right now. Like someone on the live in the audience, whatever, just run me a beat and I'd rap on it. And I think I created like maybe like 12 songs on Instagram Live. I think 2 of them made it to my album.
Seriously?
Yeah, 2 of them. One, no, I'm lying. one of them made it to
But
the
that's
album.
mad to think that you do something so like sporadic and it's crazy, and then something like that can make it to an album.
Yeah. I mean, what was so funny is that I think I've got a video of it somewhere. The moment I realized this song's probably going on my album, and I've had to like lock down. Like,
Yeah.
but
Did you know any of the producers that sent you the stuff? Or
yeah. Some of them I did. Like, that's the craziest thing is that I thought my big producer friends were too exclusive. They wouldn't just send me a beat to mess about with and run up on live. They was the first to send packs. They would send like 20, 30 rhythms just in one go. But then also like finding younger talent, do you know what I mean? And really discovering producers that I wouldn't have listened to prior, or I wouldn't have given a chance because it didn't appear in my calendar and I didn't have it as my Tuesday or my Friday and I just have to turn up. There's a few producers, BK Anderson, Bobby, JL, bare people, AJ Jones, enough people, man. Enough people are linked on there.
Sick, man.
Yeah. I mean, we know you're recording an album now. We've established that.
Yeah.
Who can we expect to hear on it? If you
Who can you expect to hear on there?
Are you working with a lot more, you know?
Yeah, a lot more. I made Cashmere Tears the way I did on purpose. I knew it wasn't going to be my album, and I wanted to create a project that was mainly just me, so people had it there. But that's not the way I love to create. I'm like, I love the idea of like thinking you're finished, and then like
Something comes around the
finding
corner,
the juice later on.
yeah, exactly.
Who are you listening to right now?
Oof, loads of people. Airborne Gav,
Sick.
Nux, DC, Shay Universe, that's my G, Tiana Major 9, Anais, Hamza.
Hamza's doing rounds right now.
Yeah, she's going crazy. Wesley Joseph, Obong JR,
Rolling out the names.
yeah, Geordie.
Yeah.
I mean, we know the credits on your album now.
No. A couple of them. Who's on my album?
But more London homegrown artists, or are you?
Yeah, do you know what? Funny enough, yeah, mainly. Do you know what? I think I might have even let one of the cats out the bag already on Twitter the other day. But there's a young woman who I think is one of the future needle movers in UK rap. Her name is Lex Amore, and she's so cold. She's so cold. She's from North London, and her voice commands so much attention, but she doesn't ever raise it. She just talks to you, and we've got a record on there.
There's a beauty in that.
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah.
We got a record on there that's insane. Tiana came through and showed some love.
Amazing.
Crazy record with Nux on the way.
Yo, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Me and Wretch did some special things.
Anything with Gets? Okay, so yeah. Okay, all right.
That's a rewind.
I get it.
But do you know what it is? I never mind saying what's going on, because I think the people that support my album or support my music know that like I'm like extremely meticulous about the process. So what I'm say today might not be the final version you hear. Do you know what I mean? So revealing anything now doesn't mean anything to me, because I could just change my mind tomorrow and do something else, and then now it's like a whole next reveal. But I think for me, I get the idea of like, all right, you want to like save some things, but until people hear it, it's just like words, innit? And I want people to feel interested in the journey still, even though I can be quite like, all right, I'm just gonna go away and make it, and here it is.
It builds more when you give a little bit away.
Yeah.
People even, you know what? It makes people want even more.
Yeah, I think that part of stuff, especially in lockdown, like connecting with people that support my music, I think I started to realize like the goalposts are far different to what I thought they were. Do you know what I mean? So I always thought I was arm's length from certain achievements because I didn't have a fan base as big as my man or this guy or that girl or whatever. But actually, most people that have massive like fan bases in theory, on paper, in metrics, the percentage that they actually connect to personally, very little. So,
and it's them comparisons, I feel like that can put you down that rabbit hole of like always comparing yourself to another UK artist.
Oh man, that was like me at the top of lockdown. And starting this album has probably been one of the more freeing experiences, because I had to consider what generation of UK music that I'm from.
Yeah.
And I would like, it's
that's a tough one. You're early 90s, right?
I'm born at 93.
Yeah, so.
But in terms of like the UK scene that I belong to, it's like Shay Lingo calls it the worst generation. I call it the lost generation. Like we got blown over in the transition into DSPs.
Yeah.
So I would say my generation of the UK scene emerged around 2012. Between 2012, 2013 and 2014, I would say like the hot golden years.
And that's SoundCloud years as well. Like,
exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
So SoundCloud era, a UK scene is emerging that has its own subculture. It's directly connected to the nights out. It's the boiler rooms. It's the birthdays. It's the Old Blue Lass. It's the, do you know what I'm saying? It's these venues that you know you go to for the vibe. And
I mean, we missed out a massive one. Visions,
crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like that whole strip, Dalston on a Friday, Saturday night, insane. Like corner Shoreditch, Curtain Road-ish, Red Church Street, like vibes. Like certain pockets of Brick Lane, vibes. Like certain parts of Stoke Newton, vibes. Like that generation that was doing the small venues and cultivating audiences before, I guess social media was as heavy and as relied upon. And actually, what's so hilarious is that the generation that people think is now was then, because again, we got skipped over in that transition between SoundCloud and DSPs. So you could have 10 million streams on SoundCloud, but 5,000 on Spotify. And where less people are using SoundCloud and they go check up on you on Spotify, they go, he's underground still, he's not there. So your career starts again. So a lot of people experience their careers doing like astronomical things, pausing, and then not knowing how to kind of move it into the next phase of what's going on musically. I was fortunate enough to, not on purpose, but it just worked out. I took 2-year breaks between each project. So I could live something else. If I tried to make a project right after the last one, I'm going to talk about the same things I spoke about. But also to really feel where music's going next and what I need to contribute. I am a servant of creativity. That's it. Like, I don't do anything for the attention of me. I was saying on the way here to the driver,
shout out to Bentley Motors.
Shout out to Bentley. Sorted me out proper.
Different style.
Do you know what I mean? Sorted me out proper. I can't lie. It was nice in there, aircon, heated seats. It was nice. I was saying to the driver, he was asking me, our music must be going well for you. And I never know how to explain to the older generation if I'm doing well or not. I just go, yeah, I'm doing all right. Like,
but you know what? Sometimes when you take that time to explain to an older person, it gives you that boost of, wow, you know what? Like you go through what you've actually achieved. And it makes you think, wow, you know what?
Start ticking it off.
Yeah.
I think, but what I was saying to him is that I've always done well, but I worked smarter than most, in a sense where rap brings a lot of ego. So you get your money, or you get your attention, or you get your this and that, and you want to flaunt it before it's worth anything. And for me, personal investments and reinvesting in myself, like I'm not a friggin' crypto don. I don't have no Bitcoins or nothing like that. But I am a Bitcoin man. I am Ethereum.
I just see you bought a place.
I just bought a house, my first house and all that stuff. And I did that with music. And I did that in a year where now everyone's posting if you upload a song in 2020, there's a 0.585 million% chance you'll ever make £10. And it's like, all right, mate, we get it. It's like, it's messed up, innit? But you got to work smarter than the attention of everything. And I knew from day I started, once you have it, as in all eyes on you, you can't get your life back. And I was way more attached to my life. So that was another part of the 2-year breaks. The 2-year breaks allowed the music to get the attention. And I could just chill. Like, you get me? And
yeah, but when you come back after 2 years, everything's changed. There's a new social media app that's popping. There's a like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You left on Twitter, you come back in this Instagram, or you left on.
That's happened to me.
Yeah, so it's like you're starting fresh again, or like start off building again, and it like.
I love it though.
Yeah,
I love it because, again, like people tell me I carry the energy of somebody that's been in the game for years and years and years, but really and truly to the industry, if this was school, I'm in year 9. Do you get me? I got a couple more years.
That's an amazing way to put it, actually.
You got uni left. If you put it in that perspective.
Do you get me? I still ain't even done college. I ain't done uni. Do you know what I'm saying? So even at my big age, I'm still in year 9. But I think the difference is understanding that you don't get many chances to be new. Yeah. With a new generation coming up every 10 minutes.
It's true.
Do you know what I'm saying? So the youngsters are doing their thing, and they rightfully should be in the conversation first. So to still be in the conversation and still be considered the new artist, for me, is a blessing in disguise, because the last thing you want is for people to be like, oh, nah, man, he's had it, man, he's over. Like,
which happens a lot.
Yeah, man.
Whereabouts did you grow up in London?
I grew up in HOXTON, N1, bang, bang, East London, though. Yeah.
You have to spell that out.
Literally. Yeah, Hoxton Market, to be exact.
Obviously, Hoxton's so trendy now, and it is what it is. How was it growing up in Hoxton when you was growing up in Hoxton?
Do you know what? We're on a weird borderline. So the postcode's north, but the area is east. So I grew up as an East Londoner.
Cockney boy.
Little Cockney boy. And my road is a market. So a lot of the time when I super duper relax out of like my speaking voice, you can hear like, oh yeah, I'm just a bit like
Hannibal.
Yeah. It comes out like that, and I can't help it. Like, do you know what I mean? I try and pronounce my words properly and all that stuff, but every now and again a couple T's get dropped out. But it was an interesting experience, because when I was young, it was hood. It was the hood. To me anyway. Everyone has their own version of whatever the hood is close to them.
And you think now Hoxton is like,
it's a bit avocado-y, but it's all right.
Avocado.
It's a bit smashed avocado. Do you know what I mean? Little chia seeds and them things there. But it's all right. Do you know what I'm saying? I think I had to escape the idea of seeing gentrification as against me, even though systemically it is. The idea of wanting areas that I knew had problems to stay the same and repeat the cycles of trauma that I had to go through would be kind of selfish.
But it develops you sorry to interrupt, but as that area changes, you change as a person.
Yeah,
you start seeing new things. You know, it's like
100%. And I think I would love the youths from my estate or from other estates to stop seeing Shoreditch as like a holiday. They go like a snapper. Like they don't belong there, and do you know what I mean? They managed to get through with a little visa and a passport, and they're gonna have a good time. And that's ours. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's ours. Like, go there like it's home. Come in your slippers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel afraid to exist outside of areas innately described as black. You are you anywhere. Don't shrink yourself. Go where you want. And I think for me, that was one of the benefits of living in Hoxton, is that everyone on my estate, on my block, wanted to stay in Hoxton, maybe go down to Murray Grove, do you know what I mean, or through Fields or Balance or whatever it was. I wanted to go to the city. A, there was no smoke. and B, from young, I wanted to condition myself to belong without having to shrink myself. So I would be in the Tate in a tracksuit, do you know what I'm saying, that I'd just come off the block on.
But that's important.
Do you know what I'm
Looking
saying?
back, it's important that you took those.
Man.
Did those things. You know?
Walking through the National Portrait Gallery with 2 pairs of tracksuit bottoms on.
Yeah. Now you say that, when I watch your videos, I can definitely see that
where that's come from.
That strong message in your videos, that presence, is what you're literally describing now.
Yeah, I think it's a lot harder to be yourself these days.
Was music always your first choice?
Nah, it's like 9.
You want to run through 1 to 8? What was that?
Yeah, go on. Number 1, cartoonist.
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
I can see that.
I wanted to be a cartoonist when I was young. Number 2, anthropologist.
Wow.
Don't know why. Would have done nothing with it.
Money.
Yeah. That would be nice as well. Number 3, filmmaker.
I feel like you do that now anyway. Like,
I see that as well with music videos.
But I'm not good at it.
Okay. But you've got a vision.
I can see stuff, but I'm not good at it. But number 4, have I done 4?
That was 4. I think that was
number
4.
5, animator. Wanted to be an animator. Number 6, I wanted to work in fashion, maybe some kind of design or creative direction. Number 8, I wanted to be a literary poet.
You're just pulling these ones out the bag. Blimey.
Yeah, and then number 9, I wanted to do music.
That's crazy.
And slowly but surely, I did a lot of those things.
Yeah.
And they all fell by the wayside until what was meant to find me found me, and it was music.
Wow. And what was playing in your headphones when you was growing up in school?
Oh, everything. New Jabez, Jamie T.
Jamie T.
Ghostface, Lupe Fiasco, a lot of Pharrell, Sam Cooke, was heavy into Floetry, Hoobastank at one point. What else was I listening to? There was a rapper called Shad, who's Canadian. Loved him. He was one of my favorite rappers.
I don't know none of these names apart from the first 2.
Yeah, same. But
it's
amazing to hear.
Do you know what's like? For me, my brother was a DJ, so I grew up around the idea of crate digging and finding music that represents you and what you want to hear. And like, that's why I never understood when people complain about music. The music these days just talks about that and this and that. You ain't look for nothing then, innit? Because there's plenty of music in the world. There's plenty of other people. Yeah. And I think it comes down to people rating their own opinion. A lot of people go, something's underrated. By who? You rate it. So that's rated then, no? Unless you're waiting for somebody else to validate it for you. And then you're a follower. No sheep in my circle.
That was a bar. That was a bar.
The trembles. So, you touched on your brother there. What was your household like then? So you had
mum.
Both parents in the house?
Nah, I had mumsy, 2 of my sisters, and my brother, my older brother, and me. I got 2 more sisters. And my dad wasn't not there. He just didn't live with us. But yeah, mumsy, bro, 2 sisters and me. I'm the youngest.
Oh, you're the youngest?
Yeah, by 10 years.
Yeah. Shizzle.
Yeah, my youngest sister is one of my managers.
Sick.
Yeah. Keep it in the family. Yeah. My other sister taught me how to dance from 9 till 19. And my brother would want some kind of credit somehow. So when I was young, he used to DJ in his room. And
crate digging.
Well, yeah, there was that, and yeah, the crate digging thing, big up broski. But he would let me MC his mixes. I don't think he was ever recording them, but he would tell me he was recording them. Yeah. And like,
he didn't know how to record them.
No, he did. He did. He used to make CDs like, and just like.
You should have pressed play on and press record on them.
Well, I think the practice was enough. Like he would be mixing something, pull it out, and I'd have to fill in the gap. Yo, you're listening to
Energy.
Straight in Energy Crew. Yeah, trust me. From like 9, 10.
Sick.
Crazy. We've seen you on songs with Getz and Mahalia, Jarrell Van Dal. Shout out to Jarrell Van Dal. What song are you most proud of yourself?
What, feature-wise?
Any song, really.
Anything.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What's the song that it's the trophy for you?
Wow. I try not to base that on achievements, like what the song did for me, because I think there are songs that people would notably go, all right, this was like a big moment for him. But honestly, I would say Can't Go Back, because it allowed a very vulnerable conversation to happen openly between myself and people that support my work, because I'm just very direct with them. And it went from kind of surface level love in terms of like, yo, Kojey, you're so great. Oh no, bro, I'm trying to be like you, cuz to like, yo, no, I've been going through this. Yo, this is happening in my life. Yo, this is what's going on, and having these deeper and realer conversations, and being able to like go to different platforms and represent something other than, again, just bragging about whatever and coming from the UK. So like, I remember when I was on the, I can't remember if I was on a promo tour, if I was on the US tour, I can't remember. But I sat down with Ebro at Hot Nice. Well, no, I think this was for Beats. Sat down with Ebro for Beats. And I know in the back of my mind, I had a feeling he thought he was getting a UK rapper that was just like a UK rapper that was going to come and do the UK rapper thing. The moment we started talking and I had something to say because of Can't Go Back and Cashmere Tears and all that stuff, the conversation was so much different. And it ended with so much mutual love and respect, because when you lead with vulnerability and you really put your cards on the table, if you're dealing with another real person, that doesn't scare them. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think it was weeding out who was really, really there for it.
Yeah. And also if like, if the authenticity was there, I think that's such an important thing when you listen to somebody or you.
And you have a perception as well when you come into an interview like that, especially in the US. They have a perception of a UK rapper, and it's like, oh, he's going to talk about X, Y, and Z.
Yeah,
but also just the journey itself as well. People make music, and some people it's a career to, some people it's life to. What is it to you? And I think when people understand it's a lot to you, and this is really what you do, the respect is just there.
It's mutual, yeah.
I don't make music for the attention of it all. I think it's nice to get, like, the attention means metrics, means things you can measure, like, okay, I can afford to do this because this did well, etc., etc. But I want the music to do that. I can come forth for all I care. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather the music than the producer, than the director, than me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's just about being a servant to creativity.
I feel like when I listen to your music, I'm kind of torn between groove and bounce, because essentially your songs are bouncy and groovy, but it's also so well written and so well produced, and there's so much depth. There's so much depth within what you're saying. What do you want people to take with them after listening to Kojey Radical?
Whatever they want. Can't dictate it for them. Never have been able to. Never been able to. The more I started worrying about how people are going to perceive things or what they're going to take away from them, the more it changed the intention behind creating something. Instead of creating to express myself, I was creating to get a reaction from an emotional trigger that I know I can get out of someone by connecting this word and that and dropping in this line and talking about that, rather than it just being me talking from my perspective and someone being able to relate. I'm happy with relating, but like whatever somebody interprets from a record is up to them, and it's fine. They can do what they want.
That's such a good answer. I feel like people again relate to you more when you do that.
Yeah.
Open your blank canvas.
Just just let it be. Let the art be. It's like, without me being there to explain it, you wouldn't know what the art meant. So like, if we just walked into this room and saw that painting, without the artist standing next to the painting to be like, the pink means this to me, we're just going to look at it and it's going to mean whatever it means to us.
It's perception.
Yeah. I'm going to crack on with the rest of our day. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we'll be fine.
So speaking of a painting, I'm going to paint a picture here. Go for it. Actually, firstly, what's your favourite country in general?
Outside of Ghana?
Okay, yeah.
Because Ghana.
Okay, so we say Ghana. So if I said to you, you was going to be in Ghana, you can only have two objects with you. What would those two objects be?
For how long? How long is it there?
How long we out there?
You don't know.
Okay.
Ghana's plentiful, so.
But you can only have two things.
Two objects only.
Ghana is plentiful, so I feel like anything I would need like that I could get from the land. Do you know what I mean? Because my first reaction would be like maybe some shea butter. I could get that by the mountain load in Ghana, so I'll be all right.
You're good.
Lotioned. So really and truly, I would take headphones.
Okay.
And
you got to plug those headphones into something.
Just walking around
in your pocket.
Just going to people. Hey, let me get the aux. And a Walkman.
Okay.
Old school.
Mm.
Man, you're wearing tonal colours today. You look fresh.
Thank you.
We love your style on and off the stage.
Appreciate it.
Where do you draw the fashion influence from?
Where do I draw it from? What do I like? Because I think where do you draw inspiration from is hard to answer, because a lot of inspiration is drawn passively. Do you know what I mean? Like, I might just see something and like it and just register it, and that's it. I haven't thought about, like, I did that because of this. But I know what shapes and stuff I like. I like utilitarian fashion. I like almost boxy shapes and quite rustic materials, like twills and wools. And do you get me? I like that stuff. I like characters. I like people that aren't afraid to be characters, in a sense where fashion is an extension of self outside of the day-to-day. Do you know what I mean? So day-to-day, man's not going to dress up in a three-piece from, like, do you get me, Acne or Jacquemus or something like that. But when I do it, it's to kind of show who I feel I am. Do you know what I mean? Some days I feel like silk. Some days I feel like cashmere. Some days I feel like polyester.
What are you wearing today?
Oh, I didn't even check.
But shout out to my Teresa.
Wealth.
Yeah.
I'm smelling like I'm wearing friends in high places.
I respect it. Your man, music is obviously something that everyone feels more than you see.
Mm-hmm.
But your, like, trajectory in general, you know, every song bangs.
Thank you.
It's energy on the stage.
Yeah.
Did you always see it becoming this? Was there any moments that you felt, actually, you know what?
I almost quit like 3 times. Yeah. Do you know what? I tell you what happened. So I started with poetry when it comes to slowly transitioning into music. And a lot of my early music, lyrically and conceptually and sonically, was great music. You could listen to it. Like, it's records like Bamboo and Kwame Nkrumah, like the really early stuff. Great records. But the energy and the label of being the poet meant when people came to my shows, they came as if they was watching a poetry show. Mm-hmm. It's just very static and staring at me and very like, we're a poetry crowd, we're not going to let loose. And I hated it. That was the first time I was like, ugh, this is whack. Then I started like, you know, just saying, right, I'm just going to make music I can feel. And if people see me enjoying myself, they'll enjoy themselves. So I started creating music that made me feel free. So when I was on stage and I was performing it, I'm running up and down, I climb a speaker, I do twirls, I'm dancing, I'm moonwalking, because I feel it now. Do you know what I mean? I haven't changed, my ability to write lyrics with substance hasn't changed. Now it's just the way I choose to feel when I'm making music. Then I would say that was slowly-ish working. The audience was growing. They was understanding me more as an artist and how to respond to me. And then I would say, I think it was 2018. I think it was either 2018 or 2019. I'm so bad at remembering years at which I dropped music. But I had, I think it might have been 2019. It was a single run. It was a very impeccable single run. I had If Only, I had Water, I had 97.
That's my second.
Yeah, 97.
Song. No, Water.
Oh,
Water,
97.
yeah. 97, Water, If Only, Pure was that year. I think Bad After We was that year. One Night Only was that year. I think it was like I was hitting him at the park.
And at that time, people are coming onto that new audience.
Just,
Do you know what I mean? It's like growing.
Those people didn't know about Kwame Nkrumah and Bamboo and Gallons and Dem Records and Footsteps. They had no idea. They came in through If Only or Water. That's how they entered. They entered the dance when that rhythm was playing. They're going, right, what, man, I'm already in here. Right, okay, I might stay. Grab a little Jack Daniels and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so from there, now I'm coming to shows and like the vibes is set. But then now 97 will play and you hear the first 5 seconds, you see the mosh pit open up. I remember just seeing my first like manic mosh pit, and I was like, I'm never going back.
No way.
Never going back. And then, do you know what happened? I saw it too much. So now, mosh pit after mosh pit after mosh pit every night. It's going crazy. We're crowd surfing. We're jumping off speakers. We're hanging off this. It's going nuts. And I go, these kids don't know how to dance. That's why they want to jump up and down so much. We're going to give them dance music. Oh, they don't want to hear dance music, coach. Oh, trust me, they do. They do. All right, which one then? Cashmere Tears. Run it. Oh, I like that. Hey. Goes crazy. You know the one?
But that's crazy. That journey is mad. Wow.
It's good that you built up to that.
Yeah.
Essentially, you saw what was, lacking.
Yeah.
On that green.
Yeah, literally. But you also can just say, you know what, I want that. Cool, let's do that. I want that. Let's do that.
Well, do you know what it is? I think it's that it's like everyone wants to be like each other. So like I don't want to call them angry and just label them as angry, but like let's say like the darker side of hip hop stuff that's like more bass heavy, 808s, just dark room sweatboxes. They like a little Kate Trinada vibe. They like to step out to a soul election and groove and chat to one or two gal and why not? The people in that one like hearing all kinds of madness come on. They want to hear the Mo Bambas. They want to hear the Sicko Modes in that rave as well. They want to hear the M Hunchos and the Low Skis, and they want to hear it.
Yeah, it's true.
So then now they want to get into that party and they want to get into that party. And they're just fighting in the middle. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think for me, I would just go and like, well, what do I vibes to? And then also, what do people really vibe? Like if I played a funk record right now, you're gonna vibes, bro. Yeah. Like you might not even listen to funk day to day. I don't.
But you're gonna move.
But if Swindle gives me a little fall to the floor beat, I'm sliding. What do you mean? Like I'm going crazy.
That work ethic between you and Swindle was amazing as well.
Yeah,
you guys definitely work really well together.
Thank you. Swindle. I always say I got a Megazord. Do you know what I mean? So originally I came into the game with KZ. He's still my main producer. And like midway down the line, I met Swindle. So KZ gave you all the records like 97 and 25 and do you get me? And even recently Jumping Ship and all those kind of like bangers. I got them from KZ. I meet Swindle in Russia.
Wow. How's Russia?
he ain't going back.
I might. There's a couple situations out there. Anyway, listen. Met him in Russia.
Swindle's still there.
Nah, I left him out there. Nah, he come back with us. Funny enough, we had a show in the same venue on the same night. So I did my show, and then that technically closed the venue as a performance hall, and then it turned into a club, and Swindle was booked for the same place. So he came early to watch my show. We end up chatting, come back to England, and the first two records we make is Coming Home and Water. First two records. And then that ends up doing crazy. And now I'm split between two worlds where I'm like, what do I do? I make the Megazord. So I bring Swindle, I bring KZ, I bring everyone else that we work with, Q, Sakari, Mike, like everyone, Fanatics, even more recently, like people that I've really been like rocking with, Emil, 169, Venna.
169, of course.
Yeah, trust me, we got heavy hitters on this album. It's nuts. But like Cashmere Tears was the first time I brought KZ and Swindle together to produce together, to executive produce together, to work on one of my projects. And I think that was the most synergy anybody's heard from me on one project. Cohesiveness, like sonic cohesiveness. Now it's that time to like take it to that next level. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think for all of us, it's been a massive challenge, and I enjoy working with Swindle a lot because he forces me to look at music in a different way where he's not impressed by much. Do you know what I mean? That
makes you grow as well, isn't it?
I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm going back in there. I'll write it 5 more times just to see him go from the booth. Like, do you know what I mean? Because But then also I think it's those gems. Do you know what I mean? I think it's like, because me and KZ have been working for so long and we've got a system and it's foolproof. When you make a water or a cashmere tears, they're like gems. Do you know what I'm saying? But to wear jewelry, you need all of it. You need the chain, you need the fixture. Do you get me? You need the locking system. You need what's gonna hold the gem. Do you see what I'm saying? You need it all. Like for me, it's the same thing. Whether it's that's what cashmere tears was. It was the luxury of feelings. Do you know what I mean? It's to make people covet the details, the nuances, the experiences as much as they covet the items. If that makes sense. So we're trying to be the new luxury, man.
I see it. I think we all see it.
Definitely.
I think, yeah. I mean, I haven't even heard it, but I know the album's going to do exactly what it needs to do. You know, because that's what you do, Kojey. I think you always come in at really good points, and you know, test people's views
and sound palette. It's back to that 2-year thing, though.
Yeah.
You come back.
Well, it will be. Yeah. I think Cashmere Tears was 2019, end of 2019. So
you looked at me like he's asking me. I meant to say the year.
Do you know? You remember before this started and we was listening to that song, the Pote record, and you said, "What year was it?" And I said, "I don't know. I just make music."
Yeah, and you make music at such a rapid speed where it's like, we established this in the beginning. Music isn't a job to you.
Yeah,
it's something you do because it's in you. You have to do it. It's part of your day. It's who you are. So yeah, you're not watching clock on it.
Nah. Well, do you know what? I think it was Kenny Beats posted something the other day where it's like Jay-Z got turned away from most labels because he was 27 when he was trying to get signed and they considered him too old.
That's crazy, isn't it, when you think about that?
You see what I'm saying? Like, people will really rush your success for the sake of like clicks and likes.
It's true.
Be a genius in your own time. Take your time.
Totally.
Like,
we're going to ask you 4 questions.
Go for it.
Top 3 answers. You ready? I need your top 3 performances.
Oof. Australia, South Africa, Coco, London.
Sick. Your top 3 Ghanaian dishes.
Soft boiled yam and stew.
Okay.
Fufu.
Okay.
And
I like how it's so assertive. There's no even thinking.
And kebab.
Okay, I haven't had kebab.
Kebab is, when you see the people on the street and they're cooking the meat and they put the powder on it, that spicy little seasoning, and
okay, but what is it though?
It's meat.
Okay.
It's meat on a stick.
Okay, so
with the onions and everything.
So like suya.
Yes, exactly.
Your top 3 cities in the world.
Sao Paulo.
Wow.
Johannesburg. Toronto.
Ooh, Toronto.
6.
I haven't been to Toronto. Dying to go.
I've only been once. It was cold as hell, but I landed and felt like I could live here.
Yeah. Of course, the energy, like most people from Toronto, the energy they carry is like, it's infectious, man.
They're friendly, yeah.
Yeah, they are. Super friendly.
Top 3 albums of all time.
Oh, Christ. Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Big.
Is it 3?
3. 2 more.
Fudge. The Love Below.
Who's that?
Andre 3000.
Okay.
Um,
why didn't that jump out to me? Maybe I'm bad with album covers though. But
Hey Ya.
Yeah.
Prototype.
It's just the name didn't pop out to me, but yeah, okay.
Shaky.
Questionable.
Questionable. And Kano's last album.
Yeah, I was listening to that on the way here.
The last one.
Kano's last album. So I'm like early Kano, by the way. I rock heavy early Kano. His new stuff, amazing. But the legacy, and where it started,
it's crazy.
is what I draw for when it comes to that. Why would his early album outweigh his
why is the new one outweigh his old ones? Because I think these days it's really hard for me to be inspired, and I don't discount legacy. Do you know what I mean? So I say all the other albums led you to this one. So by liking this one, by default, anything that you've done previously that influenced this one, it's a win. And I had the pleasure of touring with him and being able to see somebody go on stage and have a discography, not a hot tune, not a wheel up,
and just reach.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Do you get me? Not a wheel up, not a hot tune, not like a hot feature, a discography. Big enough to sell out the Royal Albert Hall. Wow. Talk to him important.
Yeah. Totally.
Man, love sitting with you today. We appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
I'm excited for the album.
Big time.
Pleasure.
Keep shining, bro.
I was definitely looking forward to doing this, and I feel like you guys are important for the scene because, especially like, I don't know, without getting super deep or going off topic, you know, I was very close with Harry, and seeing his journey going from a kid that come out of jail and made it as a black model and rose and kind of started to do things for himself. I started to appreciate how hard that industry is for young men and how hard it is to take things into your own hands and do things and really not be passive when it comes to waiting for opportunities, but making them. And this is one of those things. This is one of those things that a young kid from anywhere, do you know what I mean? Because we always just say it from the ends, but a young kid from anywhere is going to sit down and see these little steps, these movements, and say that they're achievable now. So this is important. And I feel like being able to be a part of this is an honor for me.
Love, bro.
And I'm grateful, so
much appreciated.
Thank you, bro.
We're in Shepherd's Bush. This is, rest in peace, Harry, of course.
Yeah.
Can't go without saying that. Firstly, this is his manor,
stomping ground.
Yeah. So the fact that you actually raised that
up, that's crazy.
Yeah. The fact that we're here today, means it was already written.
100%. Yeah. 100%. So it's a pleasure, guys, man. It's a pleasure.
Thanks for your time, bro.
Thanks for the hospitality.
Kojey Radical, royalty.